We've got some Z stuff to talk about today. Check this out. First pick is from the rematch with Gladion, and the second is from the new trailer. I think Gladion will be responsible for the new Z-Ring, because there's definitely something different going on right now. Everyone can see that the Z Crystal looks different, but also the Z Bracelet and the whole action of using a Z move, or whatever that is, in the trailer, is definitely different from what we know in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, the reason why I've been sitting on this for a few days, because this was tweeted back on June 12th, I wanted to see if we were going to get anything else from the Korokoro leaks, or if the Pokemon Company was going to give us new Pokemon information like they did with Mega Sableye right after E3. However, now it's just speculation time, so let's see what else we got. Also, I received this tweet a few days later. Yo guys, ever notice that the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon trailer Z-Ring and Nanu Z-Ring are the same? This actually caused me to go a lot deeper than I expected, because I was wondering, like, oh, I'm not going to say that those Gladion leaks are true, you know, the ones that have pretty much already been debunked, where it's like, Gladion is going to be shown in the new Ultra Sun and Moon trailer, and we're going to get all of this information, so you don't need to worry about asking me for anything about the game that I'm totally working on right now. I'm just kind of talking about how Gladion is the leader of the Aether Foundation now, and he's looking all pimped out and whatnot, even though we got nothing like that. That it's an alternate story and not a continuation of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So I wanted to go into Gladion, and I was looking, and it's been right there the whole time. That Gladion, no Z Bracelet, as we can see right here, and then in the fourth battle when he goes to Mount Lanakila, Z Bracelet right there, and it is the same black Z Bracelet that we see in the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon trailer. And then I was just kind of like going through some of the voice lines to see if there was anything special, but even after you beat the game, he doesn't really say too much. I guess I have to thank you again for all you've done for my family, especially for Lily. I never knew she could smile like that. My mother's desires to reach Nihilego and what she did in order to achieve that goal. I know she was completely out of control, but that doesn't mean I can't understand it. It's my father who started it, the one who confirmed the existence of Ultra Wormholes and Ultra Beasts, trying to connect to an Ultra Wormhole. After that, he left behind was our weakened Cosmog and his papers about Nihilego. Lucimene's obsession with Ultra Wormholes, obsession with Ultra Beasts. I think it was all basically her way of trying to reach him again. That's why I had to believe to get through it. It's not an apology or anything, but I hope you'll take this, and then you get the Type Null and all the discs and stuff. So I'm wondering how much deeper the story could go, and also we will get back to the Z Crystals, but I feel like that whole interaction with Gladion, and now he's the leader of the Aether Foundation, just kind of chilling there, running everything. I wonder if that's going to have something to do with the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon story, because it is an alternate story, but at the same time, what if it's like the one where Moan never went missing and then Lucamine never went crazy? Maybe someone steals the third Type Null, because 3 Type Null were made. We have Gladion with one, we have us with one, and the third one, we don't really know what happened to it, or like Type Null into Silvally and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So the story is going to be different. We already know that the Ultra Beasts and whatever is going on with Necrozma and its potential to be an Ultra Beast as well. So looking at the story that Game Freak made, they actually made it to where they could easily just rewrite it differently and have a whole new story that kind of deals with the same subjects. Now, when talking about Z-Rings, it's hard to tell if they're valuable or not, because everyone kind of gets them, or a lot of people just get them as a part of the rite of passage, but at the same time, they're kind of gifted by deities, and looking into the Z-Rings, I can't tell if having a black Z-Ring is any more special than having a white Z-Ring, even though we know that the other aspects are kind of different. Is this black Z-Ring just kind of like trying to play up on what's going on with the Solgaleo Lunala? Now we have Necrozma with Solgaleo Lunala's black armor, or something, I don't know, but Z-Rings are made by refining Sparkling Stones, and Sparkling Stones are given by, you know, a stone entrusted by a Pokemon that's been venerated as the Guardian Deity in the Alola region, said to be some secret to how it sparkles. So, it goes for its sparkliness, and it's also part of the rite of passage. Z-Rings are much more widely distributed in comparison to Keystones in Kalos and Hoenn, because the player receives the Sparkling Stone from Tapu Koko in recognition of their bravery in protecting Nebby. So you have to do something that gets you recognized by the deity, which doesn't seem like it should be that common of an occurrence. But also, after you do the first trial, when you fight your rival, when you fight Hal for the first time, everyone's like, oh, that Tapu Koko, isn't it just something? It's like everyone's just kind of had an experience with this deity, apparently. But then there's other ones like Tapu Fini, who have who've had their powers abused by humans, therefore they don't come out to humans as often. So is that island just kind of screwed over in comparison to the trials and the amount of Z-Ring users that it gets? It feels pretty dependent on this finicky Pokemon, but it's more widely distributed. It seems a lot more common because it's part of the rite of passage. So I don't understand. That might be like a plot hole, or it just might be, you know, I don't really know how to describe it, but that's kind of been an issue with the Z-Rings and the Z-Crystals and all of that to begin with. Like, yeah, every kid goes through the island challenge, and it makes it feel really special, but at the same time, it's just kind of something that a lot of people go through. And then we have, like, even little kids doing it, all the way up to everyone participating in the island for the island challenges, and then going into the kahunas, which are, like, the older people, and that seems like the island challenges, they're just, like, the teenagers, you know, slightly older and a little bit more experienced with what's going on. So I don't really think that that gives much insight into why the Z-Crystal is black, or the Z-Ring is black. And then we see Nanu, he has the same one going on as Gladion. So it might just be the island that you receive it from could have a different color, or maybe they're just trying to be edgy, you know? Gladion and Nanu. Nanu's just kind of like the cop that doesn't really care anymore. You know, when he's like, hey, if you go into Po Town and you die, I guess I'll have to fish out your body, and then so your families will have something for you. It's like, damn, man. He's been through a lot. And then Gladion, he's just kind of like the edgy guy. So having the black one, I wonder if that also might be like an oversight, that they're like, yo, we can make this black Z-Ring to kind of show what's going on in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and how it could relate to like the new features that we have going on. But then it's like, wait, other characters already have this, and the whole lore behind the Z-Rings, it seems like it's not even that special to kind of point out. But the new crystals, I don't even know what that's going to mean. Is this a special Z-Crystal, or is it just going to be that Z moves are receiving some kind of buff overall? Maybe they weren't being as powerful as they want to, because I would still value Mega Evolution being stronger. That the Mega Evolution, it gets to sit there. You get to feel its one-time use power throughout a longer duration of the game. With the Z moves, I feel that the strongest thing that Z moves have is that it bypasses evasion, which is just another stupid nerf to evasion, and not really anything else crazy, because, yeah, if you have a choice-boosted item, like you go choice band, choice specs, and you're doing damage, you're going to have more damage per turn than using a Z move than not having an item and being very vulnerable. Seems like there's just a lot of power and impact going on behind this. This might just go beyond regular Z moves and Z crystals and stuff like that, because it does look different, and it is followed up after we get the tease for like Solgaleo and Lunala. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a one-time or very like limited thing that's super incredibly special. Like, what if it is that these are just Z-move forms? Like, that could be another thing that's potentially unlocked. It's like, oh, that when you use this special Z-Crystal and the Pokemon has a Z form, it unlocks that power within them to make them permanently stronger, similar to Mega Evolution, but it's like a Lola's version of a Mega Evolution. That way we're not introducing more Mega Pokemon, and you can just kind of go like Z Upgrade or Z Ultra Z things. I don't know, but apparently looking into it, like, yeah, it's hard to tell how important it's going to be to see what this like black Z-Ring does. I think it looks cool. That's kind of it. And we don't really know much on the Z-Crystal, which is why I wanted to wait to see if we got more Pokemon news. But it looks like it could be another 2 weeks or so into July until we start getting more Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon information. So things be crazy. And then also Lusamine. See, one thing that's overlooked about this are the rainbow specs inside of this fused Lusamine Nihilego form, but we see that with Necrozma. Necrozma kind of has this, so maybe it's more of a trait of Ultra Beast than Necrozma. And remember, Necrozma does have does have prime numbers in its base stats, just like Ultra Beast. So Necrozma might be more of an Ultra Beast than anything else, but since it was like this ancient Pokemon that's been sleeping, the awakening and capture of all of the other Ultra Beasts, or the capture of all the other Ultra Beasts might have awakened Necrozma, who's an Ultra Beast that's been stuck here or in the Pokemon world for a very long time, and then, you know, the similarities just kind of disconnect right there, even though the fusion seems similar, that, okay, we have, like, the rainbow colors represented in some way with Solgaleo and Lunala, but this fusion, it's definitely a lot creepier and definitely a lot weirder, but it seems like Ultra Beasts have this capability in some way, and that's just going to be like the explanation. Like, how much more Ultra Beasts are there going to be? Maybe more Ultra Beasts introduced, maybe more of an Ultra Beast story instead of just visiting the world, trying to help out Lusamine, and then piecing out before things get too crazy. Well, if the legendaries are more heavily involved and Necrozma is more heavily involved, that could be something. Maybe it would be a similar story, and then we get a post-game story as well. Like, it turns into a Delta Emerald chapter where we learn about the secrets of, like, Ultra Beasts and Ultra Fusion, or potential for stuff like that. Z crystals, modification enhancement. It seems like it's going to go pretty deep with everything, and we just have no information. Like, you can dig through the trailer all you want, but this seems to be a bit of a dead end, unfortunately, and that's kind of it. But I'm still looking forward to a lot of it. Like, alright, hopefully the Pokemon Company is hiding this information mostly just to build hype. Like, I've done a lot of videos on this. I'm still really interested in seeing what they're going on, because we've been a little spoiled with all of the news that we've received for, like, the last 3 Pokemon games. So I'm hoping that Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon has as many new things as, like, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, or just Sun and Moon in general, and it's not that they're not giving us information because they don't have a lot to show. I hope there's still an incredible amount of stuff available in this game, and then it just kind of keeps going from there. It's like, alright, less news, more hype, we'll figure out what's going on, and then things will get pretty crazy. So yeah, this news cycle is going to be different than anything we're familiar with. I'm kind of excited for that, and it seems like there's just no secrets to be found. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.